Quick 1-minute video on stiff necks. Now it's Friday and people often towards the end of the week, you've been sitting in front of your computer for a lot of time, you tend to get some stiffness around the base of the neck, or perhaps you're off for a long drive and after 3 or 4 hours your neck gets stiff. So we need to understand one of the features for this. We've got a variety of series of bones in the neck, but we can divide the neck into two sort of regions really. The region just below the base of the skull that we call the suboccipital region, and the area of the neck itself that we call the lower cervical. And these two need normally to be sort of stacked one on top of each other so that they're more or less in line. Now, we all have various different postures, and there are no sort of postures that are particularly good or particularly bad, but pain can sometimes occur when you start to get a little bit out of balance. And what happens with the neck is that we're driving along or we're sitting in front of our computer and gradually we move into this position. And what's happening here is I'm bending this part of the neck, the lower cervical area, forwards. And if that curve continued, my head would look down at the floor. But of course, when I'm driving, I've got to look up, which means I bunch this area up. So the area beneath the skull is bunching up. So the lower cervical area is getting very, very tight. So this movement going forwards we call protraction. So what we want to do to equalize the stress and reduce the pain is to do an opposite movement, which is this movement called retraction, or more commonly called a chin tuck. So this is what we do. Imagine that your chin is on a shelf. So you can't put your chin down through the shelf, and your chin mustn't leave the shelf. And all you do is to go from that position where the head is forward to come back. So I'm giving myself a double chin. Well, all I'm doing is drawing back with my chin, and you can see that this part of the neck, as I do that, opens up. So it's closed and it opens, and I'm just drawing back in that action of tucking the chin in to stretch out the neck at the base of the skull. So good exercise. Do it, every hour or so. Just do it 3 or 4 times, quite gently, easing into the movement, trying to get rid of that stiffness. Okay, so have a good weekend. Neck retraction exercise to be done as homework. Okay, take care.